Hey guys, this is the last video in our 3-part series in which we take a look at one interesting and less known fact about every creature in Ark Survival Ascended. If you've missed the first 2 episodes, I highly recommend checking them out as well, and you can find the links to those videos in the description. Now that this series is coming to an end, I want you to go into the comment section of this video and tell me what other Ark videos you want to see from me. With that being said, let's see what we got today. Starting with the letter P and number 69. Nice. Despite being slightly smaller than the player, the Packy cannot fit through ordinary doorways or be picked up by a pteranodon. The Packy Rhino's Calming Essence is unique to it, while the Rage Essence is shared by a few other creatures / items that can inflict a similar effect, these currently being the Ammonite, Pheromone Dart, and Rare Flower. The Parasaur Ethereum is the fastest tamed terrestrial creature on the island that has access to the platform saddle. In addition to that, the Parasaur is a better prime meat source than even the larger Brontosaurus. The Parasaur has the ability to detect creatures and alarm you like a radar detector, making it a great addition to multiplayer bases. On top of that, it is a great early game tame that can get you out of some pretty dire situations, thanks to its roar, which can scare a lot of early predators, including the Terror Bird, Direwolf, Caprosuchus, and Baryonyx. The Pegomastax will always steal items from you in the following order. First, the item that you currently have in your hands. Next, the item on the slot 0, or whatever is your last slot in your hotbar. And then a random item from your inventory, which, unlike the Ichthyi, can still be a cryopod. The Pelagornis' organic polymer weight reduction now works on single player and local host as well. Previously, it worked only on official and unofficial servers. Pyomias cannot gather berries, but they have a valuable use, pooping pretty much constantly to create fertilizer. Feed them stim berries to maximize their pooping ability. Out of the 3 small fish in the game, piranhas are the fastest. So if you see a lot of them coming towards you, get out of the water immediately, as you will not be able to outswim them without a mount. The Plesiosaurus is one of the biggest predators found in Ark's ocean. They're pretty hard to tame, since they spawn in pairs, but once tamed, they have the highest base swim speed when sprinting of all creatures in Ark. That's pretty nice considering movement speed can no longer be leveled. Boarding the Procoptodon pouch doesn't require a saddle. Thus, a player can set the Procoptodon to follow another creature or tribe member and ride in that pouch. The player inside also gains an additional 169 points of each type of insulation. Tamed Pteranodons are the fastest flyers currently in Ark Survival Ascended. Yes, that means they're even faster than the Ragnognatha. The Pulmonoscorpius is a very good early game creature, since it is easy to tame and can be used to tame other creatures, as it does 3 times more torpor than damage. Yeah, not much to talk about this guy. Hidden Purlovias can be found using Direwolves, Parasaurs, or Troodons, but the only creature able to force it to come outside is the Eutyrannus, with a Fear Roar. Explosives also work to get them out. And why are they still not rideable? It makes no sense. They are bigger than things like the Packy or the Ovis, and you can ride those. Although rare flowers are notoriously useful to tame skittish creatures, the mighty Quetzalcoatlus is not affected by them. The best way to tame them, in single player at least, is to grapple onto them, reel in close, and trank them. Just don't forget your parachute. Raptors have notoriously been the #1 cause of death for survivors among dinosaurs in Ark. It seems they're doing their job as beach bum hunters very well. The Rex is one of the ultimate meat gatherers, being a perfect hunter for large herbivores like the Bronto or Parasaur, thanks to a 50% damage buff against herbivores, in addition to their already excellent meat gathering proficiency. This buff does have some exceptions, like the Kentrosaurus. When a Rhinognatha carries a Volt, its content weight is completely ignored. This ability is useful for metal farming runs or any other heavy resources run. You can unload your Ankylosaurus into a Volt and continue your metal run until the Volt is full. Your Rhinognatha will have no difficulty to carry the Volt back to your base. Keep in mind that the flying speed of the Rhinognatha while carrying structures has been halved in a recent update. The Sabertooth is the best early game hide gatherer that you can get. It can keep up in terms of efficiency with other late game tames like the Thyla or the Karkar, but it does fall behind the Therizino. It's also great for kitten, keratin, organic poly, and pelt. If you decide to hunt saber-toothed salmon in deep water by yourself, make sure you kill them in one shot, otherwise the salmons around will attack you, inflicting a stamina draining debuff, which might lead to you drowning. The Sarco is a fantastic scout, thanks to its unmatched maneuverability through water and near instant stamina recovery. When swimming, Sarcos are very fast and do not require air, making them suitable for long distance travel. Additionally, piranhas flee when they notice a Sarco swimming nearby, allowing the Sarco and its rider to roam in hostile waters. The Spinosaurus is an amazing tame, due to its amphibious nature and stats, and is often compared with the mighty Rex. But one area where the Spino is undeniably better is their potential to be used as sacrifices for XP farms. Killing Spinos grants twice as much XP as killing a Rex with the same level, making them a very good option to level up your boss army. The Tuzo and Giga give more XP than the Spino, but all three of them are far behind the Carchodontosaurus, the king of XP when it comes to tameable, breedable creatures. The Stegosaurus is known for its massive damage resistance. However, unlike other late game options, the Stego does have a headshot multiplier, which, especially in Ark Survival Ascended, can be exploited. You can't hold weapons while flying the Tapijara. However, you are allowed to use weapons from the passenger seats or if your Tapijara is latched onto something. So if you want to tame something from the air, just ride in a passenger seat and use whistle commands to control your flyer. Terrorbirds are some of the most hated creatures in Ark, thanks to a lot of good reasons. But if you decide to tame one, you will be able to use it as a parachute. Hold the jump button and you will find yourself slowly gliding towards the ground. Keep in mind that the bird still takes fall damage, and if you stop gliding even for a few seconds, the fall damage will increase substantially, even if you hold down the glide button again. The Therizino is the most versatile resource collector currently available in Ark Survival Ascended, being able to harvest at least 16 different types of resources on the island, excluding guaranteed drops like woolly rhino horns or leech blood. The Thylacoleo is the only creature in the game that prefers cooked meat over raw meat when taming, which is great since prime meat and mutton tend to spoil very fast. The Titanoboa is probably the worst possible tame currently available in the game. They cannot be ridden, they cannot be bred, and have terrible stats. Their only purpose is to be farmed for eggs, and they do lay more eggs than most creatures. But those eggs are the same quality as the Mosschops, Argent, or Spinal, which are much better tames. And Titanoboas need to be passively tamed using fertilized high-quality eggs. Who in their right mind would waste their Giga eggs on these things? The Titanomira is one of the two creatures currently able to be harvested by the Bilzebufo for cementing paste. And you probably know the other one from the last video. But these ones like to swarm you. And if you don't have good equipment or a mount, you're probably dead. The Titanosaur gives an insane amount of XP when killed. One easy way to kill the Titanosaur is to use a mount with a bleed attack. However, if the Titanosaur bleeds out and is not killed by a direct hit, you won't get any XP from it. For the trike, something I should have mentioned in the best gatherers for every resource video, the best way to gather thatch with them is to use the charge ability. This way you will cover a lot of ground quickly and you won't gather unnecessary resources like berries. The Trilobite is one of the 4 creatures that cannot deal damage in the game, the others being the Achatina, the Ammonite, and the Diplodocus. However, the Trilobite is the only one that has absolutely no defense mechanism. The Troodons are a pain in the ass to tame, but you get an amazing scouting dino. The Troodons possess the ability to scout players, tamed and wild creatures, corpses and inventories, and traps. The range and the cooldown of the ability can be improved, but unlike the Therizino or the Mosschops, you will have to spend your regular level points for this one. The Tuzoteuthis is the fastest water mount available in the game. Even though their base swim speed is lower than the Plesio, upon taming they receive an additional 100% speed bonus. Using the Ink ability, we'll apply an extra 30% movement speed buff to the Tuzo for 8 seconds. The Woolly Rhino is one of the most powerful tames in the game when it comes to combat. Their slightly above average stats might not impress you, but the charge mechanic of this beast allows it to deal up to 900% of its damage. They're so good that they can be used against the Alpha Dragon as long as they're ridden, since the arena is quite flat and open. And lastly, the Eutyrannus is one of the best and most versatile creatures in the game. They have stats almost as good as the Rex, much better movement, they're a must for any alpha tier boss fight thanks to their courage roar, they're the best dino that you can use in the snow cave, and they're even useful as an egg farm dino, since their eggs are one of the only 2 extraordinary tier eggs available on the island, the other one being the golden Hesperornis egg, which in my opinion is a pain in the ass to get. And that's it guys, one cool fact about every creature currently in Ark Survival Ascended. Don't forget to tell me in the comments what other videos you want to see from me. You can request guides, comparisons, analysis, gameplay, etc. Even though I haven't received my graphics card back yet, so I can't really play the game. This video was made using just the processor on my computer. Anyways, thanks for watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel and join our Discord. Until next time, Spartacus out.